Human rights are the legal and civic framework that allows the basic needs of all people to be respected. All people, by the simple fact of existing, must be recognized on equal terms with other people. In other words, we must have guaranteed access to the same opportunities and quality of life. For this reason, the frame of the human rights helps to establish the ethical standards of life in society. In other words, the objective of human rights is to ensure the satisfaction of the basic needs of all people. In order to achieve this, many treaties and laws have been generated. When we speak about human rights, we refer to a series of situations, needs, and opportunities to which all people should have access simply because we are people. Ensuring that we all have the same rights promotes that we can live with greater well-being. Precisely to achieve this, there is an entire international legal framework that allows us to defend them. It was created to try to ensure that all people have our basic needs covered, as well as to establish some social standards to allow it. Some of the rights to which we have access only based on the fact that we exist are life, freedom or health, no matter the gender, nationality, race, religion, language, disabilities or abilities, or any other condition. To know these rights is not just our duty as citizens, but also a tool to promote empowerment. Why do we say that knowing our rights promotes empowerment? Because it helps us to generate tools to protect ourselves against possible violations or forms of discrimination, as well as to identify them. In addition, because it helps us to create awareness that as part of the community, we must have access to the same conditions and opportunities as the rest, and that we have the resources to demand them. The latter, regardless of our sex, gender, socioeconomic situation, disability situation, functional diversity, corporality, skin color, age, national, or any other condition. You ask yourself, how can I defend my rights? Historically, human rights have been collectively defended by those who were affected when these rights weren't accomplished. In other words, throughout history, it has been necessary to identify which needs were not covered for every human being, and with that information to write new treaties about human rights that promoted and guaranteed them. Some of them are meant to achieve the elimination of all forms of discrimination against women, to protect the rights of children, or the rights of people with disabilities. So, once they are established in conventions and treaties, there are different ways to protect them. Obtaining information about the rights we have and spreading it, knowing the treaties that have been signed by countries we live in, identifying discrimination or situations that threaten freedom and discuss openly with our contacts, friends, professionals, and relatives, visiting associations or organizations that promote human rights, defense, getting together with people in similar past or present circumstances. In conclusion, having information about the rights we have is important to defend ourselves if we find ourselves in situations of discrimination or vulnerability that may affect our mental health. This is a fundamental element to promote processes of personal and collective empowerment, since it allows us to strengthen our possibilities to make decisions freely and responsibly. Thus, knowing our rights also allows us to strengthen our resources to face the adversities of the environment. Exercise. Choose a comfortable place to sit. Take a sheet of paper and a pen, and imagine that you find yourself in the following situation. In your town, a major natural disaster is alerted and you have to leave in 4 minutes, approximate time. You must choose a maximum of 12 things or people that you would take with you and write them down on paper. Choose well, since things and people should be essential for your future life outside your home. When you have those 12 things, now take your time to choose 10 of those 12. Once you have chosen all 10, take your time and choose 8. When you have chosen those 8 things, reflect on the following questions. Why did you choose those 8 instead of the ones you left out? Do you consider some more important than others? Which ones and why? Are they things and people you currently have? Which yes and which no? Do you think that all people have the same things and people? Why or why not? Why is it important that all people have those things that are essential? Is there something you could do to ensure that all of us have those things that are essential? Do you know people, organizations, groups that have worked for this? Have you participated in any?